Hi, everyone, and welcome to day 5 of your 30-day yoga journey. Today, we're focused on the sacral spine, or the sacrum, which is those 5 vertebrae that are fused together, located right below your lumbar spine and above your tailbone. You have some optional props today. If you need them, grab a strap with a loop in it or something similar. And then if you need something for balance, grab a chair. Besides that, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. And at the end, if you like this video, please remember to click the like button and let me know in the comments below what you liked about it so we can make more videos like this one. We'll begin in Sukhasana, an easy cross-legged position. Make sure that you are comfortable and then gently close your eyes. Pay attention to what's underneath you here. Feel the connection between your sitting bones, those 2 pointy bones that you're sitting on, and how they connect with your mat, the earth, a chair, whatever you're sitting in. Are you feeling more pressure forward of the sitting bones? Backward? Maybe more on the left or more on the right? Getting curious about this area of your body and how are you holding yourself today. Joining your hands together, connect your thumbs with your heart, and from your heart center, state to yourself your intention for this practice to connect on a deeper level with your sacral spine, and using whatever words work for you, whatever comes to your mind when you think of this area of your body. State that intention, what you want to put into your practice today. Release your hands down to your thighs and gently open your eyes. Ujjayi breath. If you know it already, you can begin it now. Ujjayi breath, or victorious breath, is the breathing pattern that we use throughout our yoga asana practice. You can imagine a gentle constriction against the back of your throat as you breathe in and out. So to learn this, one of the things you can do is just whisper the word ha. And feel that gentle constriction against the back of your throat and that sound, that hissing sound, like you're fogging a mirror. You can also put your hand up so you can literally feel your breath. Yeah, I did brush my teeth. Good. And now, same thing, just gently close your lips, but keep your teeth parted so you're not clenching your jaw. And then you're going to imagine you're whispering the word ha as you inhale and exhale. So you hear that gentle sound against the back of your throat as the air is rushing through. That's the sound that you want to maintain throughout your yoga practice. So it's not so incredibly loud that everyone in the room can hear you, but it is definitely loud enough for you to hear. And it's a good reminder throughout practice, you can do this, and it reminds you to breathe. We also do it, it calms the nervous system, and we do it also to build internal heat. So let's practice our Ujjayi breath a little longer. You can keep your eyes open or closed, your choice, but your lips are closed, teeth gently parted, inhaling and exhaling through your nose, evenly and slowly. After your next exhale, you can choose to continue with this breathing pattern throughout the rest of practice and all your other practices, or you can come back to your natural breath, breathing slowly no matter what you do. Let's come to Tadasana so we can do some standing asanas that are going to strengthen our glutes and all the muscles around our SI joint and our sacrum. Starting in Tadasana without instructions, place your right foot to the inside of your left thigh and see how that feels. Just see what you do. Now with instruction. So steady, strong left leg from the left leg. Draw the outer glutes in. Feel the pelvic floor lift up. Then place the right foot on the inner left thigh. Hopefully it's easier to do. And you might feel this might feel super subtle or it might feel really obvious, but you're not dumping down onto your poor little hip joint. Instead, it's a big hip joint. What am I saying? But you get the idea. Lift your waistline up away from your hip, and you're using your strong, powerful quads, pressing backwards, pressing the thigh bone in towards the hamstring so that your abs get a chance to do a lot more work. And then you can do whatever you want with your arms, and it's your glute squeezing that's opening up the knee, stretching from the inner thigh all the way to the inner knee. Find that steady thing that's not moving, and then release, go to the other side. And that was the very specific muscular kind of description. So same thing on your right leg. Feel the steadiness, the strength of your leg rooting into earth. And then imagine that you're taking your tailbone like you could take it down and connect it with the center of the earth as you take your left foot to the inner right thigh. Feel the energetic pulling inward from both legs, and then from there, expand outward, connecting down towards the earth, but also balancing that out by from the center of the pelvis, rising through the crown of the head to meet the sky. Same actions, more imagery, more connected to nature, to earth, to air, to the elements. Arms can be wherever you want them to be. And then release that leg. Draw your legs together. If this doesn't feel good, keep your legs apart. Utkatasana, powerful, fierce chair pose. So you engage your glutes. Reach those hips back. Pull up through those low back muscles so that you're supporting this action. And then inhale, arms up to the sky. Feel the power in your lower body. That's why it's called fierce pose. Can you sink a little bit deeper or not? It's your choice. And yes, your upper body will tilt forward a little bit, for sure. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, arms down. Walk to the front of your mat. Feet hip bone width apart now. And with no instructions, see what happens if you just step your right leg back for a crescent pose, high lunge pose, and then walk back. Try the other side. Back, and then forward. I don't know, for me, it's hard for balance. So instead, let's get some instruction going so you can see why these instructions are so important. So start, gaze at something that's not moving. That's going to help with balance. And then firm your legs, draw your outer glutes in towards each other, tailbone, pubic bone come in towards each other, all those four corners lifting the pelvic floor. And that's going to help you stay lifted as now step your right leg back, reach your arms overhead, crescent pose. So the left knee is bent 90 degrees. The right knee might be bent, or maybe you can keep that straight. There is a little curve in your low back here, and you're thinking about lifting the frontal hip bones upward. And then exhale, lower everything down, come back to center. Try the other side. Firm pelvic floor, step the left leg back, reaching your arms up. And imagine how you would take those lower legs, draw them in towards each other, inner thighs back and apart, and now draw down with the tailbone up through the crown of the head. What changed? Exhale, step your left leg forward to meet your right, Tadasana. Take a wide stance. So, more standing asanas, all these things helping, strengthening our low back. Take your ball of your left foot, turn it in a little bit. Right foot turns out 90 degrees. Now, inhale, arms out to the sides. Exhale, warrior two, bend the right knee. 90 degrees. Then you have options. Parsvakonasana, side angle. You can take your forearm to your right thigh, press down, lift your left arm up to the sky. Or you can bring your right hand down to the outside of your right foot. Now, keep taking that left shoulder blade on your back, right shoulder blade on your back, and reach your left arm across your left ear, palm faces down. Stretch and inhale, come up. Exhale, lower the arms, straighten the leg. Go the other side. Try this side. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee. Parsvakonasana. Left hand goes down somewhere. So this is Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Parsvakonasana, side angle, is this one where we left forearm down, right arm across, or hand comes down to the outside to keep that left shoulder open so it doesn't start to round forwards. Can you get longer from your right fingertips to your right foot? Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower the arms, straighten the legs, bring the legs together. Now, let's try a little twist. Step your left leg back. Inhale, arms overhead. This is the fun thing. This time, spin your back heel down to the floor, but it's only turned out, the foot's only turned out about 15 degrees. Now straighten your right leg. Exhale, bow forwards halfway and hands to your hips. Lengthen your spine. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. This is going to tell you, this is Pravrita Trikonasana, revolved triangle. So you could bring your hand to the inside of your foot on the floor, or, okay, maybe you do need a block here. Or if you are more flexible, you put the hand to the outside of the right foot, keeping these hips as square as they'll go, because your legs are asymmetrical. They will not go completely square. And then inhale, right arm up to the sky. And if your shoulders went wonky, your shoulders are trying to say, hey, I'm not ready for this, and be okay with backing this off. Wrap your outer right hip back towards the back of your mat. And reach through the crown of your head, and then inhale, come up. Other side. Step the back leg forward, switch. And first crescent, right? Then warrior one, much more narrow in the hips than warrior two. Then straighten the leg. You could always, if you want this harder, just keep your arms extended overhead and bow. That'll make it harder. Want it easier? Take your hands to your hips. Right hand either to the inside of that right foot and twist, or to the outside, your choice, but you're turning the belly and the heart open, not the wrist. Lead from the center of your body and twist. Gaze can be up or out in front of you, or even down to the floor. What does your neck say to you? Where can you find more length? Listen. And then inhale, come back up. Right to the center of the pelvis is where you pull in, and that way it's not a mistake that you got up and didn't fall over. Step that back leg forward, find Tadasana, find center. Grab your strap, and we'll do Ekahasta Padangusthasana for balance. Stand on your right leg, lift your right leg in the air. So your right arm is strong and straight. Left thigh bone back into the socket. Your left arm can be wherever it wants to be. Find something out in front of you that's not moving, and feel the strength of your glutes helping you be supported. And release. Other side. Ready? Lift. If you're using your fingers, it wraps around the big toe and straightens like so. Just depends on, part of it is your ratio of arm length to leg length. Sometimes you have really short arms and really long legs, and this is never going to change, because in yoga we can't literally change things like that. And then release. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, one more fun thing, and then we'll go down to the ground. So you could, from here, go back to standing in Tadasana. Then, for fun, I'm going to step back a little bit. Step your right leg back again. Crescent pose, inhale. And then let's go from crescent to warrior three. You're like, which one's that? Well, start with your hands on your hips if you've never done warrior three. Otherwise, you want it hard, keep your arms lifted overhead. You're going to shift weight forward, and you're just standing on your left leg. Your body goes parallel to the floor. Back leg lifts. So arms out in front of you, out to the side, or hands on hips. Reach through the crown of the head and the back heel, and find your center. Find your glutes, your pelvis, strong and steady. Reach back with the right leg. Bend the left knee. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, come back to Tadasana like nothing happened. Let's go the other side. So you can stick with just stepping back into this high lunge and stay there. Or feel what it takes to shift the weight forward. You got to draw in here, otherwise you'll fall over. And then lift up So you don't launch yourself or you'll just go too far. Lift from that back inner thigh. Arms are wherever you want them to be. Enjoy how strong your right glute is right here. Bend the right knee, reach back. Inhale and exhale, hands down. Left leg goes back to meet the right. Yay! And let's come down to lying down on our bellies. Yeah, just like this. Lie down onto your forehead onto hands. And then from here, draw your legs together. So you're stabilizing your pelvis, literally. And then hands across from your chest. And inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So you'll feel you're only using your erector spinae muscles here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So you're not going to lift beyond your lowest rib on purpose. Now, that's nice and stable. Let's see if we can add a little more movement by bringing legs hip bone width apart. Inhale, cobra, and hold this one. Feel the difference as the lumbar spine gets to move. And exhale, lower down. Now, take your hands down to the floor just like this. This is just to give yourself some traction. If your low back is hurting, this may feel really, really nice. It's not a strength builder, it's a stretch. So what you do is you press down through the hands and imagine you're pulling your hands energetically and your arms back towards the back of the mat. Then once you have that, curl the spine, the upper back, lift your gaze. And it should feel really nice on your back. You just keep your legs relaxed for this one only because, again, this is a stretch. If you're feeling pain in your low back, oftentimes it's the pelvis tilting forward, and there's many ways to get out of it. Here's just one. So you can tuck your back toes under, just one at a time. Lift the knee, lengthen that leg. Go to the other side. Literally lift the leg, lengthen it, and then you should feel the pubic bone, the front, now on the ground. Sometimes it lifts up. And exhale, lower your hand, lower down onto your hands. Let's come to seated. Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees open. And if you need props, do that. Last little thing before Shavasana. So let yourself, when we did tree, we're doing this basically one at a time, now doing both. Squeeze the glutes, and you're lengthening from inner groin to inner knee, letting the legs go apart. So not being in a, like I said, it's not about thinking, oh, I need to push my knees down. If you think drawing in to extend outward, then the knees will go down. When they're ready, they will. And if they're not ready, it might be the way you're shaped. Part of it might be you're not that mobile and you're working on that. Hands to the outsides of your legs, draw your legs together, and come to lying on your backs. So make sure you get props out of the way so you can be comfortable here. You can always, if you have a blanket just lying around, you could put it on your belly for support or not. But since we worked on the sacrum today, it might be nice to put a blanket right there. And then arms by your side, palms face up, eyes gently closed. And then since we've been doing a lot of work on the sacrum, Your back might feel a little interesting, and so you would bend your knees at this point. And if that felt, oh, yeah, that feels good, well, bring your shoulder blades onto your back. You push down through your upper arms. And then you lower the shoulders down, lower the low ribs down into the floor. Lift your hips, lengthen through the hips, and lower them down. Then straighten the legs. And if that didn't work, you just keep the legs bent. Closing your eyes, let yourself rest. You may choose to stay here longer or start bringing yourself back by bringing small movements into your body. Then remembering if you did put a prop on you, make sure that you take it off. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead, point your toes. Feel your spine lengthen, and then exhale, arms down by your side. Bending your knees, roll onto your right side. Press yourself up to a seated position. And closing your eyes, take this moment, folding your hands together in front of your heart to enjoy the changes you created in not just your sacral spinal area, but notice how that translated to the rest of your body. How much easier is it to sit? How much easier is it to breathe? And notice if any emotions have come bubbling to the surface, whatever they are, honoring them. Whether it's joy, gratitude, happiness, or anger, rage, fear. Honoring the intensity, the power of those emotions that maybe you shoved down somewhere and they're ready to become part of the power that is you in an integrated and balanced way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Namaste.